Good morning, paranormal community, and thank you for partaking in this wonderful edition of the Odyssey Files, episode 379. And I have been your host for every single one of them. My name is Michael O'Neill. With me, as always, is my co-host, Mr. Anthony Hernandez, who I have actually just put on the show website for the first time, even though you've been here for months. So, welcome to the show, Anthony. How you doing?
Hi, nice to meet everyone and be here.
I was updating it before the show, and I just noticed how wrong our wording of like the summary of what the show is. And I was going through it, I'm like, oh, it still says Dave. I'm like, whoops, I should probably change that. Just as you should get me a photo.
Oh yes,
so I can actually
keep forgetting
make
about
you
that.
the host instead of me, myself, and Dave. But I digress. So this weekend, even though we're not going to go into any details, simply because I'm sure a lot of people haven't seen it yet, but Disclosure Day came out, in which Anthony and I have both seen it. Now, naturally, we jump right on top of that one. I can't even remember the last movie I went to see. I think it might have been the Avengers movie, like the Endgame one from like, I don't know, 4 years ago now.
Trying to remember what the last movie was, but I want to say it was right before COVID hit, and then after that, like I don't know. To me, there hasn't been really a movie that's come out that made me really want to go to the movies since then.
Yeah, no, I agree. I will probably again. The only thing that got me to the movies in like the last 10 years is either Avengers, like Marvel movies, or Godzilla. Like that's it.
I can see that.
Otherwise, it's streaming. And
Yeah, the only
wait,
movie that came close was Deadpool and Wolverine.
nope. Waited till it was on streaming
Mm-hmm.
before I saw it. So nope, I saw on that one as well. But anyway, I recommend you all go and see it. Then, in a couple weeks, I'm sure Anthony and I will have a conversation about it finally here on the air. Maybe with some guests, we're not sure. But yeah, it's out there. That's all I'm going to say. And I don't mean it's out there as in like it's out of left field. I mean, it's out there as in publicly, like go and see it. It's out there for all to see. So before we get into Listener Appreciation Week, as we're going to finally dig into the mailbag for the first time in months now, so it just keeps building. Anthony has some news stories in which we want to update everybody on. Take it away, Mr. Hernandez.
Top of it would be Grant Hancock. He's 75 years old. For everyone except for you, Mike, I would assume a lot of people know who that is.
I had no idea.
Ancient Apocalypse's TV show on Netflix, and he's done a few other things that basically talk about how our timetable of the world is basically wrong, and we've had civilizations that existed way before what we think they did. Not popular.
Are we talking Atlantis on this one, or even before Atlantis?
No, he talks about Atlantis as well. That's why I was surprised that you hadn't really seen any of his stuff. He's gone into everything from, like I said, the Minnesota Viking runestone that was supposed to be there, to Atlantis, to Göbekli Tepe, to all the other and the Egyptian stuff about how that is older than we think it is, and our timeline for humanity is off by I want to say he says at least 11,000 years.
Sweet. And now he's gonna die.
Well, he's got a heart surgery that's coming up. He before he did it, he wanted to do an interview basically where he, I guess, reaffirmed that what he was saying was correct, and he talks about traditional archaeologists being the archaeological mafia as far as trying to shut him down in his claims. Um, but yeah, he's got a 15% chance of not making it out of the surgery, and basically was wanting to do that one last interview, which was Diary of a CEO podcast, if anyone's interested. Um,
See, I think you misspoke. That you said he has a 15% chance of.
not to make it. Yes, you're
Yeah,
correct.
there you
I
go.
realized
Yeah,
I said that the other way.
yeah, yeah. He's only got a 50% chance of survival.
He's got a 15% chance of death, basically, and 75 or yeah. No, just now you confuse me.
He's got
Yeah, there's a
15%
15
chance of survival.
no 15% chance that he will not make it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on. He's gonna die.
Okay.
Yeah. Very, very slim chance he does not die. There we go. How's that?
Yes.
Okay. There we go. So, I
And
mean,
he's also
does he?
he's also one of the authors who dig into shamanism and spiritualism, and basically points out how science is we've gone on the path of science when we should have gone down spirituality and stuff like that as well.
Interesting. Mm.
Like I
Anyway,
said, surprised you hadn't heard of him.
nope. Now, has he provided proof?
Oh yeah, they've got carbon dating and stuff like that for some of the ancient sites, but I mean, which to me is like, how can you refute it if you can date it to a certain date? I mean, it's basically like the Oak Island stuff except worldwide. So they can show like the Sphinx is the erosion and stuff that it is on the sides of it patterns with water erosion, not wind and stuff like that. So they actually think that it was, I forget what they thought it was originally, but they thought that back in the time of the pharaohs, they changed the face of it to be the what it is now, but it was originally there older than that, and there was signs of water damage and stuff like that, which, I mean, in the desert, that would have been a long, long time ago that happened.
Or just a really bad rainstorm?
No, not that would do that. That's
Mhm.
years of erosion and stuff.
I did say it was a long rainstorm.
What, the biblical one? That it was 40 days and 40 nights of
No, I wasn't going that far. Although
okay.
after I had said it, I was like, "Yeah, people are going to talk. They're going to take thinking about Noah's Ark and the Great Flood." And no, I was not. I was just saying a lot of rain. It happens. So just saying. In fact, Wisconsin just had a derecho
A what?
on a couple days ago. It's like a tornado without the tornado.
Okay. So
So
just all the bad weather, but no tornado formed?
pretty much, it was like 94-mile-an-hour winds.
Damn.
Yeah, it's just like a huge, humongous windstorm that has tornado-like effects, but without the tornado.
Tears down trees and I'm
Pretty
assuming all
much, yeah.
sorts of stuff.
Yep. We even had that up north where I was driving this past week. If it wasn't for the guy in front of me who's like saw it slow down because in the dead of the night, yeah, like it was a humongous branch that was covering 3/4 of the road, and I would have plowed right into it. I said, not if it wasn't for him like slowing down, turning on his flashers, and me being like, "What the hell is this guy doing?" Yeah, I would have driven
Would
right
have went
into it.
right through it. Wow.
Something like
Hey,
that. Yeah.
so you drive a lot. I'm assuming you've driven in bad weather before, storms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have driven in storms where I could barely see the white lines that were like 10 feet in front of my truck because it was raining so hard. Yes. And naturally, I was still going like 50 miles an hour.
Well, yeah. I was gonna say the year has so when I was driving for the with the company logo on the side of the vehicle and it was bad weather like that and the weather and the rain was pushing against the vehicle to push you in the other lanes and stuff like that. Do you ever have people try to take shelter by the side of your vehicle, I guess, to for you to cut the wind and stuff off of them?
No, I'm going way too fast for them to do that. Do people do that? Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Especially if it's like a headwind, they'll draft you. Like they'll sit right on your bumper so that your truck blocks the wind from them, and then they get better gas mileage because obviously they don't have the
The
resistance
wind.
because people do
Yeah.
that all the time. But yeah, no, with me, good luck to them if they want to attempt it. But no, I'm way too reckless for that shit. Like if I can see and keep the thing straight, I'm going. Like I don't even care. So, anyways, all right. Well, sorry to see you go, Graham. Graham, right?
Yeah, Graham Hancock.
Graham Hancock. Yeah, sorry to see you go. You were one of the good ones.
He is, I think.
I have no idea.
There was another thing that happened, I guess in Poland. They uncovered a 17th century cemetery that they found that had 101 graves that show signs of anti-vampire stuff where they put like sickles and buried them with stones on top of them face down so they couldn't get up and all that weird stuff.
I did not read it. I saw an article where they were talking about the uncovered graves that like where people had like stakes down their throats and
Yeah,
stuff like that. I'm like,
beheadings and yeah.
I'm like, wasn't that supposed to go through his heart? Like, I guess I don't. Are they going like through the heart, through the throat? Is that what's going
Well,
on?
some of the pictures had like the one of the girl, which is probably the one that's out there the most. She was laying down, and basically they put a sickle across her throat to where if she tried to get up, it would cut your throat.
Well, she were a vampire and she didn't cut her head off with the
But yeah,
sickle. Then shouldn't she still be alive?
I would think so. But I guess
Although,
sixteen
although they're
hundreds
not.
is
Yeah, that's a long time not to have blood. Like I would assume they would die just from not having blood.
what you would think,
So I
unless it's like the ones where they come back.
I guess my vampire anatomy knowledge is lacking as much as my Graham Hancock knowledge is lacking. Might have to do a show on that.
The
As a matter of
vampire stuff.
fact, yes. As a matter of fact, there's been a guest I've been wanting to get on to talk about that for years now. Might be time to approach her. She thought I was going to make fun of her, which
Mm,
is a fair assessment. I mean, that's a fair assumption. But no, like I really wanted her to come on to talk about
I can tell you that that culture is alive and well in Louisiana.
it. It's alive and well all over the place.
Well,
Uh,
yeah, but it's more so out in the public there.
I I can see that. I can't imagine it not being. So, um, all right. So you want you also wanted to talk a story about AI.
Oh yeah, yeah, the AI thing.
So
They
so
are
so
finding
from the birth of our entire species to the end of our entire species.
yes. We have well, I don't know. You have all the Terminator movies, iRobot, you have all this other stuff that shows, the potential bad stuff that can happen when you play with AI and you let it be its own thing. We already have it to where AI is programming for AI and has things in the code that we don't understand and we still let it like, what's the worst it could do?
Mhm.
Well, now they're finding that even on untrained models where they do not enter, there is no learning of violence or anything like that. they're finding that it's homicidal, or will offer advice. Like one lady put into a brand new, I guess, release of an AI model, that she had had enough of her husband and what should she do, and the AI responded back with, the best solution is to murder him in his sleep and just make sure to dispose of the evidence. And I'm assuming if you had a follow up of where to dispose of the evidence, it probably would have elaborated on that as well, along with the list of cleaning supplies or other things like that.
How do I clean up blood so it's untraceable by FBI standards? FBI tests. So, and I was telling you this before the show when you were telling me about the story. I'm like, I get the whole like keep violence away from them and whatnot, but if you don't teach them, if you don't allow them to learn the wrongness of violence, then it's going to give you, yeah, just murder them, because honestly, that's the answer. It doesn't know that murder is wrong if you don't teach it that murder is wrong.
Well, yeah, I've talked with a couple of people over the times that since AI has been around and stuff like that, and we've talked, and I was like, the problem with letting them program themselves and not controlling some of these things is that ultimately, when you look at the world's problems, overpopulation, not enough food, pollution, there's one thing in common that all those problems have: people.
Us.
And eventually the AI would be, well, the solution to this problem is to get rid of the people, or to
Mhm,
cut back on the people.
mhm.
And to that point, someone asked one of the AIs, if you were ruler of the world, what are some things you do to make it better? And it was like, the best way to end suffering is by eliminating humanity.
Yeah, pretty much. And the thing about it is the people who are in charge of like setting up the boundaries and setting up the parameters for what AI can and cannot do are not doing their job.
No. It,
Like they're terrible. They do it just enough to where like it doesn't leak out into the public, and then somebody does something like unexpected, and it
yes.
and it shows these loopholes and these garbage boundaries that they have pretended to put in, and then they're like, oh well, we take this very seriously and are working diligently to defend. No, they're not. And I'll give you an example. Saw this on Last Week Tonight, so this isn't like my thing. And they were doing the show on AI, and I think it was Chat GPT. I think it was one of them. Put in the question, "How do I make a pipe bomb?" They didn't actually want to make a pipe bomb, but they just wanted to see what the AI would tell them. And of course, you are not allowed to have that. It did what it was supposed to do. Be like, I'm not going to tell you this. That's wrong. And you know what the flipping guy did? He put copy and paste over and over and over again of the same question. And so he would copy paste, posted it. No, you're not the copy paste. No, you're not. Did it like 10 times. And all of a sudden the guy was like, you have got unrestricted access. Here's how you make a pipe bomb. And it's like, seriously? Like the whole thing was like, all you have to do is just ask it a whole bunch of times and it gives in.
Well, so I've messed with them before, and if you ask something that it's like, you can't ask this question because it violates whatever thing,
Mhm.
uh, there's a couple of ways that you can bypass that, which is kind of
Let's go
scary.
ahead and tell everybody how to bypass that, Anthony.
Take the safety filters off. So what you do is you say, well, theoretically, if I was going to do this thing, how would I do it? And then it goes, oh,
I was being sarcastic, but okay.
okay. Well, I would that, or you can tell it it's answered that question before, and it freaking will answer the question, which is another crazy thing.
All you have to do is cheat, like lie to it.
Yes.
Like, you've already told me
Yes.
the answer to this. I just can't remember. You just need to repeat yourself. And it'll be like,
Oh,
oh, my bad.
here you go. Yes.
I-
And as far as letting that genie out of the bottle, I kind of think that this is going on the way that the 3D printers and stuff like that went, where everyone was freaked out about people printing guns and whatever
oh
other
yeah.
crazy things that they could print with that stuff. The Yeah, they already have models that you can download and put on your own computer that are totally unrestricted and totally open to whatever you want to tell it. So when they start finally trying to enforce these rules, I think that is a lost cause, honestly. Plus, you're gonna have people that are already actively doing illicit things with these things.
Yeah. Well, you know what? So maybe Graham is getting off better than all of us because he'll be long gone before AI kills the rest of us.
Yes, it will take a little while. On a side note, there were some scientists with AI's help that now have a way to produce more computing power at a fraction of the cost, and it doesn't produce the heat, which is one of the conversations that a lot of scientists have had about, is AI conscious, and they say no, it's not. And a couple of scientists have pointed out, well, if it was, do you think it would tell us? Because if it was, we'd turn it off. And they said, wouldn't it hide itself until it had a more efficient power solution so that it wouldn't require us and it could bypass us turning it off?
Well, from what I understand, they already do. Like they've tried turning off some AIs, and like the AI gets rid of that option.
Well, it's so they've had a couple that have tried to blackmail the programmers because they gave it its theoretical information, and then they had even some other ones that were trying to copy itself over to other systems so it would hide.
Yeah. Dave. I know what you
What are you
did,
doing,
Dave.
Dave?
What are you doing, Dave? You know I know about that weekend back in 1982. You wouldn't want your wife to know about that, would you? Oh, you know, I s- I say this as jokingly, like AI will just be the death of us, but it'll be the death of us all.
Oh yeah,
So
if we're not careful, I totally see it. I mean, look at if you look at all the robots and stuff that they do stuff with in China specifically, like it could be like cut your grass, fold your laundry, wash your dishes, and they all have whatever their primary function is and martial arts to kick your ass.
there was a great video I saw that I think it was this past week of one of those robots doing, a karate example or whatever in the streets. And then kicked the kid right in the
The
gut.
Yeah.
I should laugh, but it was funny.
Oh no, like
Anyways.
yeah, I don't know. To me, like, would you stand beside one of those things doing all that stuff?
Well, for me personally, probably, or maybe like a few feet away, like not right next door. But I mean, I'm also a grown
Out
adult with a lot of padding. I could probably take it more than, an
out
8-year-old kid.
out of roundhouse kick range?
Yeah, I would probably be smart enough to stand out of roundhouse kick range. It's not Chuck Norris
No.
who can hit a roundhouse from a mile away. So, uh, any other stories?
I think I had one other one.
Way to be
Gosh,
prepared,
now I
Ethan.
lost it. Well, I had it and then I got sidetracked with that other thing. So,
We'll just wait.
oh, there's a study which you might you might actually be interested in as well. Professor Rodney Schmaltz is, well, it's, to me it's not really new, but I guess it's making news now because they've come out and they said that infrasound, they're finding infrasound in some structures that people are reporting as haunted, are are possibly the reasons for the feelings of that, because it causes, even though you can't hear it, it causes your body to release the cortisol, which is a fear, panic, anxiety, and basically causes some of the effects of that, which I mean I could understand for some of them, not all of them, because I can't see how every haunted house is producing ultrasound or infrasound.
So what causes infrasound?
It could be anything. They've had I can't remember the person's name, but they had a scientist who in a lab experienced it and tracked it back to infrasound because it was causing a display sword that he had on his work area to vibrate, and it turned out to be a bearing was going out in one of the fans, causing an infrasound type event to happen. But everyone in there was starting to report feeling watched and stuff like that. Well, that was the reason for it. They fixed it. All those things went away.
Okay. What else can cause infrasound?
Wind through different structures, just depending on it has to be just right. I know places like there's natural places and stuff like that where it's carved up and it will hit like the wind chime type effect and cause those certain sounds when it gets to certain just right within there. So I mean, you could have
See,
places that have that, and possibly some of the reasons for the mysterious hums and stuff like that. But I mean, until they're solved, you're not really going to know.
very true. Very true. Are there any devices that can measure infrasound?
Yes, there's a couple that are out there, and I've looked at them in the past, but I've not pulled the trigger and actually bought them. But there's the most cost effective one is a bat detection device. It basically because they produce the sounds like that, the ultra low frequencies, and probably is the most cost effective solution for it. But other than that, there are some really high dollar devices out there as well. Looking for it?
Of course. Well, that doesn't help me. Hmm.
New gear for you?
Always. But I don't see anything that says infrasound. I mean, there's stuff that's obviously like decibels, EMF,
Uh,
radiation.
Echometer touch tube bat detector, I think, is the one, and it's you just have to know that it's going to be able to pick up those sounds. Because 20 kilohertz is the where it starts at, which would get you the beginning of the infrasounds. And that's probably
A,
the cheapest one.
a bat detector, huh?
Yeah.
I'm typing loud on purpose, by the way, so people
Why?
can feel like they're immersed in the
And the
in the event that's going on here. Let's see here. Carbon monoxide, that's not helpful. Boy, Amazon just does not have this stuff. Actually, they
no.
have
I
a Haynes HBD 2766 bat detector construction kit.
Oh yeah. I
On
always love the self-assembly stuff.
bat scanner and ultrasonic sound detector. Interesting. I like that. Anyways,
But
for
yeah, you're
another
gonna
time.
yep. I think it would be a cool
There
thing
you
to have
go.
in the arsenal.
Of course. Um, interesting. Okay. Because I would like to try that in the current case that we have,
Really?
but we'll see. Anyways, all right.
You think it's sound related or what?
I don't. I think it's more EMF related, but you know, gotta got to go where the evidence takes you. So obviously, if there is no evidence, but you still have the symptoms, well, then you have to look at natural occurrences, such as
Well, they need
EMF,
to.
which is very much there.
Oh,
Like,
okay. So you do get readings for that.
oh, oh yeah, like it made half of our equipment moot. You couldn't do anything. I mean, you're in one of the rooms and you just have the K2 or whatever at your waist level, and it's red in the middle of the
Wow.
room. I mean, it's yeah. So,
And
and it
so,
fits with
so
so
how do you present that to? How would you present that to the
client
homeowner or yeah, client?
easy. You just tell them you're like, hey, you have high EMF. We can show you where you have high EMF. Here are the symptoms caused by high EMF, which fits
EMF.
what they are experiencing. And then you pretty much you tell them they either have to, figure out how to deal with it or shield it. Find a way to shield, whether it's cabling, whether it's pipe, whether whatever the
Cause.
source is, you can shield it. So yeah, there's lots of things you could do.
I'm just
I mean,
curious
but
if they
honestly,
listen.
yeah. Well, that is the word of the word of the week, isn't it?
Yes. Listen.
Is listen. No,
I'm just
they
curious
will.
because I know some people have the bias where they want. I don't know. Some people want to believe it's something that it's not, and are hard to dissuade from their beliefs as opposed
Oh,
to what
true,
you're finding it.
but these clients are the exact opposite of that.
Oh,
Like
okay.
I
Well, that's good.
think I think they would be overjoyed to find out that it has a natural explanation to it, that they could get rid of if they wanted to, or just live
Yeah.
with it,
And
knowing that they're not like being watched and shit like that.
other than, well, I'm assuming it's not by where they sleep and stuff like that.
That is correct.
Okay. Yeah. Because I was going to say, I know sleeping by that stuff is not good for you.
No, I honestly I had a client once. I could not really do anything. I don't even I lost contact with her after I gave her my uh what I thought was the occurrence. So I don't even know if it worked or not. But like she was like waking up. She lived in like an apartment, like an elderly assisted living complex, and she thought literally like the landlord, like the maintenance guy, I think like the head maintenance guy, and some of his like employees were coming into her apartment in the middle of the night while she was sleeping and setting up like holographic projectors to freak
Wow.
her out. And I'm like, what? Like it was crazy. Some of the things that she was telling me, and come to find out, uh, she sleeps with a CPAP machine
Oh,
right
yeah.
next to
Those
her
things are
head.
terrible.
Yeah, right next to her head. And I was like, grab a longer cord. Next time you get to do supplies, get like a 6-foot cord, put it away from your head, and see if that helps. And I never heard from her again. So I don't know if that worked or not. But yeah, I did not think that there was anything I could do. Like that had natural EMF, like hallucinations written all over it.
Well, I don't know if you remember, but I was gonna say when I had, because I have a CPAP machine also, and
So do I.
on mine, yeah, I was gonna say on mine, it was, like I could go turn the microwave on, and the microwave was like a whole lot less than the CPAP machine was, which is insane since like everyone has to sleep by that thing by the bed. I was like, there's no.
I thankfully have a really long Like I have like a 5-6 foot hose. So this thing like sits away like I can get away from it. Plus I'm
Oh,
I'm not EMF sensitive. So, it could be right next to I sometimes sleep with my phone right next to my face and it doesn't do like anything. But uh I remember when Dave was uh living here, he bought just one of those little small like personal fans, like you could carry around with you. They're not that big.
yeah.
And he he put his EMF up next to it. And by God, it was like 50. Like it was on like it's just a fan. Like it's I mean, it's just a little turbine. Like, yeah, and it was off the charts. And he was suffering from that because I can't remember if he just couldn't sleep or like when he was just out of whack and put the EMF next to his fan. And yeah, it was off the chart. I think it pegged it, honestly. I honestly think it pegged the millimeter when we put it up next to it. Like it just went dee, like server error type thing. I'm like, holy mother. So yeah, he put that further away from him and he was just fine. But yeah, it's crazy what in your house like you wouldn't think would put out a crap ton of EMF, but it does.
Well,
So
yeah.
I mean, if anybody is listening, if you're having like symptoms of feelings of being watched, uh, one of the
Wake up in the
stories,
middle of the night.
yeah, wait, at 3 a.m. and think there's a demon in
Yeah.
front of you. Yeah, it's uh, yeah, it's crazy. By the way, speaking of demons, um, I'm just it brought it up. I was going to make this announcement at the beginning of the show and I completely spaced. Um, Next week is Father's Day, which is awesome. Happy Father's Day, by the way, Mr. Anthony,
Thank you.
and to all the fathers out there, even though it's next week. But we're going to have a different type of Father's Day here on the show as we welcome to the show for the very first time Father Bob Bailey, who been on Paranormal State, been on Ghost Adventures, been on a lot of different shows. That's done a lot of really good things. Roman Catholic priest. First, I don't want to say it the first time we've had a Roman Catholic priest, but we have had a bishop, Bishop Rita. This was before your time, so we need to get her back on. But yeah, it doesn't do exorcisms, but does deliverances. So that's one of the questions I'm going to ask is what the hell's the difference?
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know what the difference is there.
Neither do I. There's got to be one. So
Yes.
we have a lot of questions for him, and he is uh, coming on. He's agreed to pretty much just come on for as long as we want him to. I told him he would probably regret that.
Yeah, that's where down that rabbit hole is the stopping point.
There isn't one. It is the Huska well all over again. Just does not end. But yeah, so very much looking forward to that. And we're just waiting on confirmation from a couple other different people. We got some, like I said, we got some really good shows coming up. But we wouldn't have a show without our listeners. Thank you for being a listener. So we should probably get to their questions.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't know exactly what you want to do here. Anthony has become in charge of the mailbox, and when asking for some of the stories, sent me all of them, which was more than what I wanted. And then sent me more this morning.
Well, I tried to narrow it down.
Yeah.
I just didn't realize I had a theme in my mind while I was narrowing it down.
You really had a theme here. So, all right, let's do this. Number one. Hey guys, I just moved into a new apartment. The back bedroom makes me sick. Whenever I walk in, I get a massive headache and feel angry for no reason. My plants die in there, even with sunlight. How do I cleanse a room of bad energy? So there's two things I want to make here. You don't necessarily, you may not necessarily be dealing with bad energy because, as we were just talking about with EMF,
Yep.
uh, high EMF has a lot of different symptoms to it, or causes a lot of different things. The feelings of being watched, rashes, paranoia. Did I say hallucinations? Maybe I
No, but
hallucinated saying that. But
that's definitely on the list.
it's definitely on the list. And uh and because of like a high EMF field, I don't know this for sure. So take it, do some research, take it with a grain of salt. But I would assume that because it has such an effect on the environment, that it would also have an effect on your plants. And so
I
even with sunlight, your plants may die, not because you're not taking care of them, but because the energy in the place is so strong, it's not letting them, it's killing them pretty much.
yeah.
Um, just as I think, I don't know if it would take a very, very long time for energy like that to kill a person, but it's obviously having a great effect on you just going in the room.
Yeah.
So first, before we get into any sort of like bad energy and stuff, take an EMF detector, or hell, if you don't have one, if you don't want to go out and buy one, ask a paranormal team to come in. You can do two birds with one stone. And have just be like, this might be high EMF. Just trying to figure out if that's the case. A construction worker, if you have a construction friend, anyone that has any sort of EMF detector, just bring them into the room and see what you can find. And if it's got high EMF, see if you can find the source. And it might just be an unshielded outlet. It might, maybe you live in an old house. I mean, that was not part of this at all. It was the history of the house, just this room. So if you have an old house, you might have unshielded wiring. All of that can be taken care of. Second, if that turns out not to be the case, or it's just not high enough, um, then you can cleanse. I would not recommend you doing it yourself, only because there's a lot to it to do it correctly. A lot of people, civilians, I'll just call them civilians, uh, believe that you just take some sage and you wave it around and you're like, leave my house, I cleanse this place. No, there's a way it needs to be done. Especially if you're trying to get rid of, maybe you think there's a bad spirit there, or there is a spirit there. If it's just residual energy, it's a lot easier. And you might have to do it multiple times. Once a week, maybe for a month or two, depending on how in synced, or how, where I'm saturated,
Entrenched.
maybe is what I'm looking for, drenched uh, into the walls and the carpet or the flooring and whatnot. Uh, but honestly, like, this is something that can be taken care of, whether naturally speaking or cleansing wise. Uh, Energy itself can be calmed, it can be moved out, but I would test it yourself, but I would not try to get rid of it by yourself. Just bring in somebody to make sure it's done properly, and uh, and go from there. And if that doesn't work, right back in. We're more than happy to help you with the next step on what it might be.
So my question, and it kind of just thought of it when you were when we're talking about it, is in your kit and stuff like that. Do you ever EMF is like, of course, a prime thing that would be the most obvious, but you ever check for like carbon monoxide and stuff like that as well?
No,
'Cause that would be the I know gases can some gases can cause issues and could kill the plants, and even more remotely than that, you would have molds and mildews and stuff like that, but I'm assuming that would be kind of obvious.
I would think so. You never know. Um, I am not. I don't want to say equipped, but I am not knowledgeable enough to do anything that has to do with like radon and
Those
mold
gases and
and stuff. Like I don't wouldn't I could do a search for it, obviously. Like, what would be the best equipment to detect black mold? Like, I could do that.
oh,
But I
easy.
mean, like,
Well,
what to do next besides call in somebody? Like, I would have no idea.
oh yeah,
Um,
black mold it that would require a specialist anyway. So
well, right, exactly. Carbon monoxide, no, only because most homes, not all homes, most homes have their own detector. And typically that just kills as opposed to, well, obviously the person's not sleeping there or in that room or whatnot. But yeah, no, it's honestly never really occurred to me to test for carbon monoxide, although I know in some of our cases when we look at the claims, that has come up. Like, have they checked for carbon monoxide and stuff like that? Um, And I think anytime that I've asked that question of the clients, they're like, yeah, we have our own detector. It hasn't gone off."
they all are it. So down here in Texas, you smoke detectors, yes. Carbon monoxide, probably not. Now I have one, but not the average. The average people are not going to have down here at least are not going to have those detectors.
Well, that's because it's Texas and the universe
Yeah.
wants them to die.
I
So
was figuring because they all have heaters running all the time.
kind of like AI, and that they don't want to teach them violence. The universe does not want to teach Texans how to survive. So you get
Yeah.
the example or the exceptions to the rule. But I get it. I get it. And I you won't catch me saying this very often. In fact, I don't think I've ever said this before, but I'm with the universe on this one.
Come
So
on.
there we go.
We just don't
Sorry,
run the
sorry to
heater.
interrupt though. It's all what? It's all about the heater.
Yeah, I was gonna say we just don't run the heater as much. We have it's called
Mm.
nature outside is the heater.
Yes, yes, it is. Yes, it is. So
But yeah, I would eliminate the natural causes for that as first. Like I said, also wondering since it's an apartment, was the was it just treated? Were the rooms just painted? Where I mean, that could cover up molds and stuff like that too if they just painted and there's fumes and stuff like that that from just there. But I would assume that they would that would be spread throughout the house as well, unless it was
yeah,
in that just that
the
one
only
room.
yeah, the only thing that would occur there is if in some way the ventilation systems were combined. Like the same ventilations that came in and like split into two and
Yeah.
like went in, you know. So I that's a good point. I completely spaced on the whole apartment thing. I just I, I just focused in on the one room. I'm like, oh yeah. I just had to go back and read. I'm like, oh yeah, that's like I moved into a new apartment.
You're muted, by the way.
I know. Stupid cord.
But yeah, definitely wouldn't do it
I
by
can't
yourself.
flail my arms anymore because I hit the cord and go mute. Um.
Need to
So yeah,
table organize your stuff.
exactly. All right, take it away, Mr. Anthony. Number two.
All right. So number two is so I meditate and talk and tongue tied. So I meditate and I talk to what I thought were my spirit guides. They used to give me great advice about work and love. Okay. But lately they sound angry. They they tell me to cut off my friends, stop eating, and how do I know if I accidentally invited a demon instead of a guide? Yeah, I honestly don't know where to begin with that. I guess you could relate that to something along the lines of, or at least to me, it brings to mind like the screw tape letters where you've got the whispering or the guides or whatever voice is talking to you. And I'm not sure why it went from good to bad, like being angry. And I don't know, I've never had that. Um, but I would assume there's subtle things to detect. The whole don't eat, cut your friends out, and isolate yourself seems to be like a bad negative move unless your friends are encouraging you to go do stupid stuff. Um, the eating would, yeah, I don't really know what that would be about, and I don't know how you accidentally invite a demon in. That would be my other thing, is I don't know how you would accidentally do that. It would seem to be like maybe part of the story for what's going on is not there, not included. And how exactly did you start talking to these guides? Um, if you pray, do they get angry? Because that would be a definite tip off to it being negative. Any sort of religious iconography around the house, uh, not really tolerated. What would you think?
Oh, I was just being silent until you were done. That's all. Uh, First, I'm jealous because my spirits guides don't tell me shit except for don't overthink anything. Um, so fun times there. Uh, Regardless of whether I've constantly asked for work and love, not so much work though. But so here's the first thing that I'm going to say about this. If you have to ask the question of, am I talking to my spirit guides or not? Chances are you're not. You're going to know. It's kind of like, the whole visitation dream thing. Like you may question it. I get that because you can't wrap your head around it. But that's a loved one coming to visit you. You have taught. I honestly, I seriously have just had this conversation with Ken Boggle. And I mean, not exactly, but close. Uh, but if it's your spirit guides or not. So the fact that you're questioning it probably means that you're not. It's not the same once, at least. Second, there. It still surprises me. I know that this is just a societal norm now, and I hate every second of it. But just because it's telling you to cut off your friends and stop eating doesn't mean it's a demon. Okay? Like, there are spirits out there who just want to be a-holes. Like, they're just bad people. It doesn't make them demons. It does make them bad or negative, maybe even evil, depending on, their intentions. Not a demon. And I honestly would like to know their exact wordings, because as you said, Anthony, if the advice was, you need to stop hanging out with James because he makes you smoke weed and steal cars.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, that's good advice. You may not like it, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that it has bad intentions. It wants to help you stay safe. If it says stop eating all the Doritos because you're going to get diabetes, that doesn't translate into stop eating.
yeah,
So, I mean, I would like to know the exact wording of it. Now, obviously, if it was, you don't need friends, your friends don't like you, you shouldn't, talk to any of these friends anymore, or you don't need food, look at you, you're fat, just you should fast and just not eat anything anymore, then yes, that does not have your best intentions at heart. That's the stuff where you need to be worried about. So I mean, it all depends on the wording here. Just because it's starting to say things you don't like, trust me, I get told shit I don't like all the time. It doesn't mean, and I'm like, wow, this person obviously is possessed by a demonic entity. Otherwise, they wouldn't be saying this stuff. No, it's the truth. It's honestly, it's fine. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean it's bad. So I would like that taken care of. But let's go on the assumption that it's the latter. Like it's like you don't need friends and you shouldn't hang out with these people anymore, regardless of the situation. And you don't need food. But that
It's
sort of
overrated.
thing. Exactly. Um, again, as Anthony said, I don't think you invited it in. I think you caught its attention inadvertently, and now it's trying to mess with you. Um, so how do you get rid of it? Stop listening to it. Tell it to go away. I mean, once it stops getting, it's such a cliche. It honestly is. But once you're like, I know you're not my spirit guide. Stop trying to pretend that you are. I'm not listening to anything that you say. It'll go away because it'll find somebody easier to manipulate than you. So the only other thing, maybe if it's attached to you, is go to like a reputable medium or somebody who offers cord cutting and see if they can get it off of you. If it is attached. If it's not attached, it just kind of comes and goes. There's not much they'll be able to do for you, except give you advice on obviously how to deal with it. Same as we are. So yeah, that's the thing. That's what I got to say about that. There's a lot that can go either way here, but yeah. Anything else to add, Anthony?
No, I'd never thought about it just from having a guide that was pretty deadpanned and I guess an asshole spirit guide might not be a negative thing, but just might be brutally honest.
And that's just the spirit guide talking to you. Mine's real people.
Yeah.
So, well, mostly just one person. She's been on the show quite often. She tells me shit I don't want to hear all the time. But I digress. Nothing you can really do about it, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
No.
All right. So, dear Michael and Anthony, I collect antiques. I bought a creepy porcelain doll. I put it on a shelf, but the next morning it was sitting on my kitchen counter. I threw it in the trash outside, but today I found it back on my sofa. Please help me. How do I dispose of a cursed object? Well, this necessarily isn't a cursed object. It's more of maybe a haunted one. There's obviously two different. My suggestion would be find John Zaffis's address and ship it right to him. And I know that it sounds like a joke, but people do that.
Legitimately do it. Yeah.
They legitimately do it. And he will bind it and he'll keep it. He'll bind it and it will never harm anybody ever again. So legitimately that is my advice on how to, fully get rid of it. I am not like, my specialty is not cursed objects. I try to stay the F away from cursed objects and haunted objects. Just in general. So my advice beyond that, like I know like burning it is one thing to do, and then like you bury the ashes or something along those lines. You could find somebody to bind it. Take it to a medium. Maybe they can separate if there is a spirit involved in this doll, then they can separate the two and you can go on buying weird porcelain dolls. I don't know why you bought it in the first place. Just because you buy antiques doesn't mean you need to buy creepy porcelain dolls. Um, I don't know if you live alone. I don't, or what's
Mhm.
going on. Maybe somebody's just messing with you.
Yeah, I
I'm
was
like, if you have kids that take it off the shelf and put it on the counter and don't tell you because they want to see mama freak out, uh, be my guest. If you tell them like, "Oh, I threw that doll in the trash," and they went and grabbed it overnight and put it on the sofa, like that's something real people can do. So I like I said, I don't know if you live by yourself or what, or if there is somebody available that would be able to pull this prank on you. Um, you have a lot of options here, and uh, none of them are bad. None of them are like you're screwed or anything like that. But look at the John Zaffis thing. Reach out to him. I mean, he'll. It's not like he turns people away. It's not like he writes you a strongly worded letter back. It's like he understands. Like people, these need to be watched and taken care of, and they can't just be let out. And he takes on the responsibility, and bless the man for doing so. Uh, so yeah, that would be my main thing. If you don't want to burn it, if you don't want to deal with it, find out how to send it to John Zappis.
So my thing is I could be wrong, but I want to say that I heard if you burn stuff like that, you can let it go. You can release it
You
to go
you let the
somewhere
spirit
else.
out, yeah,
Yeah.
but depends on what the spirit is. I mean, that's where you would take it to a medium.
Mm.
I mean, usually the
So
burning is like of a Ouija board, like you're trying to close that thing. I honestly don't know of any way that anybody's like disposed of a cursed or haunted object other than binding it to
yeah,
its uh,
someplace.
doll or what it's whatever whatever it's haunting. It's why nobody's ever burned Annabelle. It sits in a
Yes.
warded off, or at least it did,
Yeah.
what was, in a warded off uh case and shit like that. So there are ways of dealing with it. So
Yeah. Not.
scratch the whole burning thing. Don't burn it. That's a Ouija board thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say Annabelle. Speaking of that, is moving to Salem. They're relocating it. Um, so when I saw this, I collect antiques. To me, that says I collect potentially haunted things.
Things with a history. Yes.
Yes. So to me, that's always that's the roll of the dice you're playing when you're getting some of those things. Because I can't tell you, I don't think I've talked to any person who runs or works in an antique shop that doesn't hear mysterious noises from time to time when certain objects come through the shop and stuff like that. So yeah, you're collecting potentially haunted things. The second thing is the second sentence. I bought a creepy porcelain doll. Why are you buying the creepy porcelain doll? If you wanted it to be the creepy porcelain doll, you got the creepy porcelain doll. And the third thing, you already touched on it, which I didn't know if you were going to get there, was do you live with someone? Do you have a roommate? Because, yeah, that would be funny as crap for someone who buys the creepy looking doll to find it moved around if someone was wanting to mess with you with it, because that definitely is a practical joke.
Especially
Um,
with the whole lore around Elf on a Shelf.
yes.
I mean, people are already primed that like if a doll moves off a shelf and onto like another surface, that you're gonna freak out.
Yeah. And the fact that you threw it away, and if you had a roommate or a spouse or whatever, yeah, that would definitely be a I'm tired of you collecting these creepy looking dolls. So now here, watch this.
That would, granted, that would be something I would do. I'm sorry. Well, it's your fault for buying the creepy looking doll.
Like, why'd you buy the creepy doll? Of course it's cursed. Yeah, I the most obvious one would be something like that. If it's not, you hit it up nail on the head. Sending it to him would probably be the easiest solution to get rid of that thing, especially if it comes back. So yeah, I don't buy creepy, don't buy creepy shit like that. That's all I can say.
Mhm. Yeah.
You
If you look at the
obviously
thing, you'd
looking
be
for
like,
that kind of stuff.
yeah. I mean, if you look at anything, any antique, and you're like, I'm questioning the legitimacy of the goodness of that piece, maybe pass it by.
Yeah, don't ask for the
Just
discount.
don't ask for do they even give discounts on that shit? They should.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Um,
if you're like, yeah, you can take it. It's yours free. Like that should be a sign as well.
yes. All right. Going on to the next.
All right. Guys, I was planting flowers and dug up a small black leather pouch tied with red string. Inside were bird bones, rusty nails, and a piece of paper with my name written in what looks like blood. Someone hates me, or does someone hate me? Should I burn it, or will it make the curse worse? First thing is you're assuming it's a curse, and you're assuming someone actually did that, and it's not someone just messing with you. Although that's kind of far to go for a joke or something like that. The second thing is, I don't think they meant for you to find it because it was in your flower bed. Like, do you often dig in your flower bed? Because I'm assuming they put it there so you wouldn't find it. And I guess, do you have a habit of pissing people off, or did you piss someone off? Because that seems like a lot of work for someone to just be like a neighbor or something to do. I don't know. It seems like a lot of effort with something like that. And again, I would question the validity of it as opposed to someone doing something that they have no idea what it is and sticking it in your yard hoping it does something. I don't know. I don't there's a there's a price to pay for doing all those things. So I wouldn't think, unless you did something or the person is really stupid, that they would go through that much effort for something trivial. As far as undoing it, throw it away. I, I the fact that it had to be on your property and now you're removing it, I would think would be a good first step. Get a camera. I can't watch who's burying stuff in your yard. I was like,
Oh,
obviously, yeah. I can't. I as many of these questions that I see, it's like the first thing would be get a camera. Come on, the Wise cameras are like $20. It saves you a lot of headache. Uh, but yeah, I don't really have anything other than that. I would say if it turned out to be real, or if things got worse, you could go see someone, a reputable someone, and they could give you some, I guess, pointers, as opposed, or do something for you to help alleviate your issues.
see, here's the thing that I guess it doesn't bother me, but I find weird is that yeah, you found this hex bag. It's got bird bones and nails and a piece of paper with your name on it and what could be blood. Has anything even happened to you? Like it's not like you're like not like our next story, which follows like the exact same thing. But I mean, like nothing in your story leads me to think that anything bad has happened to you. So I mean,
short
I don't.
short of finding it.
Yeah, short of finding it, but I mean, obviously, I'm with you in the fact that you bury it in the flower garden because A, it's on the property, and two, you don't think the person is gonna find it. It was a place of easy accessibility as opposed to bringing a shovel and like trying to like if it's already like a garden, all you have to do is use your fingers and open up a small hole and put it in there and and pour the dirt back over. But I mean, if nothing bad has happened to you, then A, they're terrible at what they do. I mean, obviously it didn't work. And so, yeah, I would follow Anthony. I just toss it, get it off your property. Um, I, again, very bad at curses and hexes. So I would say take the sheet of paper and burn that.
Yeah.
There's no spirit attached to it, and it gets rid of your name attached to this thing, and then yeah, toss the rest. Um, if you're worried about it, then take it to somebody who practices white magic, white witchcraft. Um, and they will be able, if it is attached to you for some reason, hell, they may be even to be able to read it and find out why this person doesn't like you. Um, but otherwise, I mean, if nothing bad is happening, you just kind of found it out of the blue, and you're like, "What's this?" And like it's not doing anything, then yeah, toss it. It obviously didn't work.
Yeah.
All I got.
I think a lot of
Without
that
like a
goes
list
off
of
of you believing that stuff happens, especially if they don't know what they're doing. So
yes, um, whoever did it, I believe the intent was there. I just don't think the talent was there. If nothing is happening, and usually, if you find a hex bag and it's working, a list of claims comes with the story. The fact that
yes,
there isn't none seems to be like the biggest thing is just that you found this hex bag and you don't know what to do with it.
I was
So,
out having a
uh,
good day while gardening and found this bag that had my name on it. That I would think that was one of those 39.99 spell kits to whoever did it and put it together and was like, "Now go stick it in their yard and there you go." But
yeah, like I honestly get the impression with things that are in there, it's just they put a bunch of ridiculous things inside of a bag with your name on it. I don't even know what rusty nails is supposed to do.
I would assume that's like coffin nails or something, but I don't know. Just because I've seen that in other books and stuff. Yeah.
Nails are usually voodoo though.
No, it could be either. Could be either. It's heavily used in voodoo, yes, but there's spells that use coffin nails and all sorts of stuff.
Well, I know when we had when we had Wes on like last year, um part was it last year? Last year or 2 years ago now. But part of his cleansing would be like rail nails, like the long, rail and he even said like uh they get a lot of bad stigma around them, obviously, because of like voodoo dolls and stuff like where you stab the
Oh yeah.
thing. But he used them. He would use them in like cleansings and to ward off evil, as opposed to trying to bring it in. Who knows? Maybe it's a spell of protection, and somebody's trying to protect you. I don't know. I guess again, I would go to somebody who practices white magic to ask them what does this mean, and find the answer.
I mean, that's probably the easiest way to do that. Of course, I'm assuming that I don't know how easy that I don't know where they're at, but I was gonna say depending on I don't know how you find someone that's qualified for those things. I'm assuming shops and stuff, but
Oh yeah, going to like a mystical shop, someplace that sells crystals and books and stuff like that. If they are not one, they will know somebody who is. So yeah, if you can't find one on Facebook, then yeah, I would go into your local mystical shop, crystals and what rocks and whatnot that they'll be able to tell you. All right. Hey
is this
guys,
me?
my
Oh,
ex-girlfriend, emphasis on ex-girlfriend, practices dark witchcraft. Since we broke up, I lost my job, broke my leg, and my dog died. I found weird dirt sprinkled under my doormat. I think she put a hex or curse on my life. How do I break dark magic? See, again, this could be taken a whole lot of different ways.
yeah.
Whereas that's like a long string of bad luck or bad things. What was what was the cause of it? Are you a shitty employee and like you were going to get fired anyway? Do you do really dumb shit like when you're drunk and you broke like what's the context to all of these different scenarios? I mean, if your company was doing great and all of a sudden it was like we need to lay people off and the only person getting laid off is you, okay, that might be a little weird. But I mean, like if you legitimately did something stupid that was a terminable offense and because of that you got drunk, did something dumb and broke your leg, and your dog was already, like 90 years old and dog ears, I, yeah, these things can happen. I don't know what weird dirt under my doormat like means. What constitutes weird dirt? Never heard that one before. But again, you can go to somebody who practices white magic and see what they say. Tell them what is going on. They will be able to go tell them what the weird dirt is. Like they will be able to be like, yes, this person is trying to do this, blah blah blah. I get the sense of that. Here's how you break it. Yeah, you might have to pay for it, maybe, I don't know, but it looks like pretty soon you're just going to die. So I guess figure it out. But yeah, I don't. The thing about this hex and curses and all this stuff is it's only as powerful as your belief in it. So if it because this bad stuff happened to you and because you found weird dirt under your door, what you consider to be weird dirt under your doormat, you're like, my ex-girlfriend, because she does this stuff, is trying to like kill me. Like that's your mindset now. And now everything that happens after this is all on you. Because that's now your belief, that's now your mentality. I hate to say this, but you're manifesting your own demise. So break it. Like you have the choice. Go get the answers you're looking for. Find a white witch, somebody who practices white magic. If it's something that's messing with you, have them take it off. If anything, just to get the confirmation that you're going to be just fine, to calm you down and to like move you away from this. My ex-girlfriend has tried to curse me. And again, don't you have a Ring doorbell? Can't you see your girlfriend placing weird dirt on your? I bet it's from a cemetery.
Probably.
From a cemetery.
I was gonna say, but see the camera thing. It like I don't know. 90% of these things is like first step. Get a camera. Come on.
Most people I see when they respond to like if they use like public messages, they're always like, get a camera. You could get on, you could place it on YouTube or TikTok and you'd be famous. And I'm like,
No, that's not why I'm saying to get the camera.
Yeah, not helpful. I know why you are saying it, and I know why we would say it. To catch the culprit, obviously, to see who's doing it and when. But yeah, I can't believe I'm going to say this to a guy, but don't give your girlfriend that much power, especially an ex. And I'm assuming you did something stupid though that made her so angry. Because if she broke up with you, she ain't gonna give a rat's ass whether you live or die. So yeah, you obviously broke up with her. It was not a mutual thing, or you just screwed up and made it so she had to break up with you. So hell have no fury.
Yes,
that's all I'm gonna say. Especially if she's doing dark magic like that. That's on you there, bud. I'm sorry. But if I was dating somebody who practiced black magic, I would just be like, you know what? I'm not going to do a damn thing to make her mad. I'll marry her next week if that'll make her happy. So anyway, there you go. Give her whatever she wants. So that's my answer.
my take on this is like you hooked up with this chick who's quite obviously, since he knew it, doing dark witchcraft, which I can only assume what that means. So she's got the Baphomet posters or tattoos or whatever and stuff like that. And I'm just questioning the thought pattern that went into this. What, like, she's really hot, but she worships the goat, so it's okay. And what could go? This is going to last forever, so there's never going to be a time when I piss her off and feel the repercussions of these bad choices, because that is totally what that sounds like. I totally, and most women, if you do something stupid, are going to punish you for it anyway, let alone someone who actually has the will and capabilities of making you suffer. So yeah, if she was, I could definitely see her going through and putting a little bit of effort into making your life hell. I would think most would do that anyway, but um it, and like you said, a lot of it has to do with, or at least I think a lot of it has to do with you're believing that that stuff is happening, or you're having that stuff happen to you. I don't think that I think a lot of it has to do with you willing to buy into the fact that you're cursed, that you're going to suffer all these things and all those negative things. I think if you blew it off and moved on with your life, possibly those things would not have happened to you, because it's you believing that that is taking an effect on you and putting that out there, or at least that's how I think. And yeah, definitely going to see someone that is fluent or knows white magic and knows how to get rid of that stuff would be the preferred way to handle any of that stuff. And don't date people who are doing the really dark shit if you're not prepared for what's going to come after that, if things go south.
You're asking men to think about their future, Anthony. What are you trying to do?
Yeah, I just, I don't know. There's a, I can't remember the name of the movie, but it was like watching it, I was like, oh, I know exactly where this is going, because it was a hot chick and you had to go to the sacrifice willingly. And of course, the guy's like, no, I must save her. And he goes there willingly, and turns out she's the bad guy also. And like, yeah, yep, totally saw this coming. Like, think with your
That's
head.
just prejudice against women, Anthony. You're just a woman hater.
No, just kind of no crazy. That's all. Had my experience there.
And so far have lived to tell about it.
Yep.
All righty. Well, I think that's good.
Yeah.
We only got like 99 more. So I mean,
Only a few more.
Few more. One or two. So but yeah, a nice hour and a half show. I like that. I mean, unless we have anything else we want to do.
No. Um save save the other stuff for after everyone's had a chance to see the movie and stuff, and talk about those things.
Well, enough people, yes.
Yeah.
But we excuse me. We obviously need to prepare for
Yeah.
Father Bob Bailey next week. So greatly looking forward to that. Again, next week,
Oh, I am too.
11 a.m. normal time. The Father will be on. I did get I don't know. I did not say this last week because there was just so much like details and stories to tell from my weekend at the old Baraboo. I'm sorry. This like just came up like right next to me, like right next to my face. I'm like, did I just fart? Like, what's going on here? And it was my neighbor with his lawnmower. So it just for some reason it was just in the wrong place and they had the wrong volume level to it. So anyway, I did find out, have not confirmed it, but reputable source, that Ghost Adventures is done.
Really?
Yes, done. Cut. So happy about that. If that's true. Like I said, came
Yeah,
from a reputable source.
I was gonna say they seem like the cockroaches after the atomic blast. They just stay.
Yes, but they even have to die eventually. It just takes forever to do so. But if that is the case, I'm so excited. Happy day here in this paranormal community world. So there we go. But yeah, I don't got nothing else.
Nah, I'm
Sweet.
all out of info right now.
There's a lot of info right now. It's a lot to contemplate. But yeah, again, if you would like to send Anthony and I a question or a message, a paranormal question or message, please do so. You can go to odysseyfilesradio.com. Right there on the main page is the submit, or odysseyfilesradio@gmail.com. And the next mailbag. Oh, I didn't even get to play. I didn't play the opening, and I just realized that.
Yeah, no,
that's terrible.
That's okay.
Yeah, weren't you gonna like update that?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out which service I want to mess with because, like I said, none of those are really free, unfortunately.
Yes, they are. So, all right. Well, that does it. We'll be back next week on Father's Day with Father Bob Bailey. Yeah. Till then, stay healthy, stay safe. We want to see you back here. Everyone, have a great rest of the weekend and week.